Hello, let's do the Netflix puzzled Starstruck for Friday, March 20th. We'll do the easy then the hard. The easy is called Beep Beep. All right. So the way we play this game is in each row, each column, and each colored region, we are placing exactly one star. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stars in this whole grid. One for each row, one for each column, one for each region. So there's 8 rows, 8 columns, 8 regions. In addition to that, stars can't touch each other, even diagonally. So these two would touch, and that would not be allowed. So we've got some gimme stuff here. So this is a 2-cell region. And so it deletes from the entirety of its column because the star is going to be either here or here. That's going to be in this column. But also, if the star is here or here, that actually eliminates from these as well, no matter where it goes, because they touch the entirety of the region. Same thing for this one. But also, something I'm noticing is that these line up, right? So if there's going to be a star in red and a star in blue, and they're just use these 2 rows, that's all the stars for those 2 rows. So we can delete from the rest of the rows as well. That leaves just one place in gray, which then resolves our red and our blue. So we probably didn't have to do that lineup because gray was going to give us that anyway. One place in yellow. I did notice blue, indigo, and yellow lined up, but we didn't have to use that either. One place in orange, one place in green, one place in indigo, one place in brown. All right. I would call that a plonker for sure, especially since we could bypass a lot of the steps we did by just doing a different order. All right, cool. Let's do the hard. It's called U2. And we have U2. All right. So 3-cell region, that takes the rest of this column and this one. This green takes the rest of this column. Blue now has to use this column, so those are all out. Brown is only in this column, so those are out. Orange only use, like this middle column must place an orange, so the rest of orange is out because that's going to be its star, is the one in the middle column here. We have a 2-cell region here. It takes out from those and those. 3-cell region here, this L shape takes out from here and here. Like, for example, this one sees the entire row and touches that one. In fact, you can extend this as far as you want out, and it'll still eliminate that one. And same thing here. Extend that as far as you want out. Okay. Are there any gimmies here? Oh, yeah. So gray and yellow now line up. So the rest of those are out. What else we got going on here? Oh, we have this blue and dark orange lining up. So the rest of these are out for those 2 rows. Now this is a 2-cell, so it takes out from the rest of those. All right, so any other gimmies here? Do I need to actually do work? Because so far it's been pretty automatic. This column's down to this one or this one. This column's down to this one or this one. So I suppose one thing we could say, right? We're down to these, right? And you can't touch. So we're not going to do one of those 2. We're not going to do one of those 2. We're not going to do both of those. We're not going to do both of those. So we either are this one and this one, or we're this one and this one. Be one way to put it. But that means that one of these 2 is always in, and one of these 2 is always in. So here, this cell can't be in because it sees the yellow in the row and the red, and it touches the red. So if this was in, these would both be out. We need both of these in, which isn't allowed, right? That's another way to think about it. So that's out. Now, anything down here, not directly that I can see, because this whole row is already out. And this doesn't touch anything else besides its own region. Okay. So that is out for what it's worth. I was hoping that would do more. What else do we have going on here? I'm noticing these. There's something about these with uniqueness, probably. Let's talk about that. I don't use uniqueness much in this puzzle, but maybe I don't want to draw that line. Maybe we're gonna talk about these and these, right? What I'm gonna say is, what if this wasn't a star? If that wasn't a star, I will claim that there would be 2 solutions to this puzzle. Now we know that Netflix only publishes these with 1 solution. So if we assume that that's true, we can do a contradiction step here, which is to say, okay, if this was out, then there are 2 solutions to this puzzle. We could have a star here and a star here, or we could have a star here and a star here, the circle or the triangle. And if it was the two circles or the two triangles, there's no other effect here, right? The two circles, the column is already gone. The row is already gone, other than placing that circle. And all the ones around it are already X'd out for these circles. Now for the triangles, like same thing. The columns, the rows, and all of them around it. If this is an X, all of them around it aren't in. So there'd be no way to distinguish those two. So you could complete everything above these two rows, just completely finish it, and none of those stars would ever tell us how to distinguish two stars this way or two stars this way, so the circles or the triangles. So that's a contradiction because we know they do get disambiguated, which means this has to be a star. And that would place this star and this star. And this star. I'm seeing if this completes the puzzle or not. Without actually completing it. This eliminates from all those. Actually, oh, that eliminates from here. Okay, so that's this one. Right, that was already out. These are out. That's out. Is it still hard from here? Oh, so two left and these two are left. Takes out from those two. Now in this row, that's in, which takes out from that. That's in. I think this does finish the puzzle. Those are out. That's out. Okay, so now brown is this one. Those are out. That's this one. Yeah, and that finishes the puzzle. We have all our stars placed. Okay, so that is the solution. So that would be one way to finish it. Seems like I haven't seen another way to do it, but that is going to be our solution. So if I used uniqueness, we'd be done much earlier than this. I explained it and everything, so well under 5 minutes. Anyway, now if we try not to use that, something we can use to our advantage is we know the star doesn't go here. We know what the solution is, so maybe we can work backwards and see what we're supposed to see here. Unless we're supposed to use uniqueness. It's like neither of these are in. This has to be in. That's not in. Like, is there some conclusion from placing this one that's interesting? It feels like we got to use look-aheads. I don't really see what else to do. It might involve the rows. Okay, at the very least, this row has just these three left. And so you can think of that as like a 3-cell region, right? Which takes out from here and here. I don't know if that's helpful. Now this is down to these two or this one. I don't think that's helpful. This row's down to these two. Oh, okay, so if this row's down to these two, that takes up from here and here. Okay, I think this does it. So we have to put, like, this is these two rows, right? We have to put it in here and here. And so that uses green and orange. So the rest of green and orange are gone. And now this row, we have to place in the red. And that gives us exactly what I found with uniqueness. You gotta be really careful with uniqueness, though. Be really careful with your proof that there's no other way to distinguish them. Anyway, that's a star, that's a star, that's a star, that's a star, and that's a star. Okay. And there we go. All right, so 2 ways to solve that. 2 for the price of 1, and the price was free. Maybe some ads on this video, I don't know. Anyway, how'd you do?